Okay, so today we're doing something pretty fascinating. We're looking at a book, a famous one actually, that an entire country decided was just too dangerous for people to read.
We're talking about Brave New World, Aldous Huxley's novel.
Exactly. And the specific context here is Ireland, back in 1932.
Right, 1932. And the sources are clear. The Irish Censorship of Publications Board got this book and, well, they banned it almost immediately. Just like that.
And that's what we want to dig into today. Our mission for this deep dive isn't just to say, oh, they thought it was obscene. We want to get past that knee-jerk reaction. We want to figure out why. Why did this particular vision cause such, institutional panic? What was the real alarm Huxley was sounding?
And crucially, why does it still feel so relevant now?
Yeah, why does it echo today? So let's start by unpacking the world itself, the world that got banned.
Okay. To get why they panicked, you have to picture the world Huxley built. The shock starts with how, well, unnatural it all is. It systematically replaces everything traditional about human life.
Yeah, the sources paint this really vivid picture, don't they? The world state, humans aren't born anymore. They're, what, engineered, decanted?
Engineered, decanted in labs, yeah. It's all about eliminating the messiness, the unpredictability of biology, of emotion.
It's control on an industrial scale.
Absolutely, and it's not just making babies in bottles. You've got the Bokanovsky process.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Creating dozens, like up to 96 identical twins from one egg.
Exactly. Mass-producing workers for specific jobs. You have the alphas at the top, running things right down to the epsilons doing manual labor.
And everyone's destiny, their intelligence level, it's all set before they're even born.
Pre-written. Literally decided in the hatchery and conditioning center.
But it's not just the physical manufacturing, is it? The control goes deeper. Psychological conditioning.
Oh, definitely. That's where hypnopedia comes in. Sleep teaching.
Whispering things in kids' ears while they sleep.
Thousands and thousands of times. Little mantras, slogans. Everyone belongs to everyone else. Ending is better than mending.
Reinforcing the caste system, too, right? Like, epsilons are happy doing simple work.
Precisely. And the whole point is stability. No families, because families create messy emotions, loyalties, conflict.
No deep love, no real connections.
None of it. Freedom is completely traded away for, well, comfort and stability.
And if, despite all that conditioning, someone still feels a flicker of unhappiness or doubt.
Ah, well, that's where Soma comes in, the magic pill.
The ultimate escape route.
Take a gram or two and poof. Any anxiety, any bad feeling, any deep thought just vanishes. You get a little chemical holiday from reality.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Huxley's insight that you don't control people by making them miserable.
No, you control them by making them completely satisfied, totally content with a shallow life.
So the result is this. Superficial paradise.
You could call it that. Life is just about pleasure. Casual sex isn't just allowed, it's almost mandatory. Buying new things, consuming, that's seen as virtuous.
It's like you said, a prison with no walls. People are happy in their cage.
They don't even see the cage.
Okay, so now imagine that book, this total rejection of biology, family, tradition, religion, landing on the desks of the Irish censors in 1932.
Right. And you have to remember what Ireland was like then. This wasn't just any government.
It was the newly independent Irish Free State. Very Catholic, very conservative.
Deeply conservative.
Yeah.
And they were actively, consciously building a national identity based on, well, the opposite of everything in Huxley's book.
Traditional family, the purity of rural life, the importance of motherhood.
Exactly. Those were like ideological pillars supporting the new state. So when Huxley describes a world where babies are made in factories, mothers are basically a dirty joke, and lifelong relationships are weird.
It wasn't just shocking morally, it was politically explosive for them.
It struck right at the core of their self-definition. The official reasons for the ban, the charge sheet, listed obscenity, immorality, focused on the sex, the lack of religion, predictable stuff.
But it was more than just finding it rude or blasphemous.
Oh, much more. To them, this wasn't just a story. It felt like an attack. Mocking tradition, making pleasure the highest good. They saw it as poison for the people.
Something that could genuinely corrode the moral fabric they were trying to build.
Undermine the soul of the republic, as they might have seen it.
So the ban was immediate and total.
Swift and absolute. The book just vanished from Irish shelves, forbidden, wiped from public access, at least officially, for quite a while.
Which really cements this idea, doesn't it? That certain ideas, certain stories can be seen as genuinely dangerous by those in power.
Definitely.
But, okay, let's push deeper. If the official reasons were sex and godlessness, What was the underlying fear? This is where it gets really interesting, I think.
Mm.
Our sources suggest, and maybe the censors didn't even fully articulate this to themselves, but the real threat wasn't just the surface stuff, it was the critique of control itself.
Yes. It held up a mirror, didn't it? Not just to some far-off future, but maybe to the mechanisms of control. Well, anywhere. Anytime.
Specifically, this idea that Huxley nails, comfort is the real prison.
That's the terrifying insight. The world state achieves stability by getting rid of everything deep or difficult.
Like real art, real history.
Exactly. Things that make you feel strongly, things that make you think critically. They're destabilizing.
And get this, the sources mentioned they specifically suppress things like Shakespeare, the Bible too.
Why? Because they deal with big, messy human experiences. Love, loss, tragedy, betrayal, spiritual searching.
Things that might make you question a perfectly comfortable, stable life.
Right. Stability requires shallow entertainment, constant distraction. Keep people busy, keep them consuming, keep them feeling good.
And they won't look up. They won't ask difficult questions.
That's the weapon. Distraction is the ultimate tool of control. That's far scarier to authority than just rebellion.
But let me play devil's advocate for a second. If the system works, if everyone genuinely feels happy, content, are they really enslaved? I mean, what's the actual downside Huxley shows?
That's a great question, and it's sort of the philosophical core explored through characters like the Savage, John. The happiness is manufactured, yes, but it's real to them.
So what makes it hollow then?
It's hollow because it comes at the cost of everything else that makes us human. Potential, growth, meaning. Beauty that requires effort, truth, even painful truth.
They sacrifice depth for contentment.
Precisely. The evidence it's hollow is in what's missing. The struggle, the art, the philosophy, the ability to grow through pain. A life without that friction, Huxley suggests, is ultimately meaningless, even if it feels pleasant.
So the control isn't based on force, which people would eventually resist.
No, it's based on providing pleasure, providing contentment. People choose it. They willingly take the soma.
They participate in their own subjugation.
Because it feels good. And that idea of docility through pleasure, that's deeply unsettling for any authority, isn't it, in 1932 or now?
Because if you can keep people perpetually distracted and satisfied,
You don't need chains. The control isn't external anymore. It's internal. It's the desire for the next hit of pleasure, the next distraction. The system becomes almost unchallengeable from within.
which, okay, brings this whole thing right back to us, to you listening. That warning from nearly a century ago.
Yeah.
It feels incredibly relevant today.
It really does. We might not have literal soma pills prescribed by the government, but look around.
We're building our own versions, aren't we?
Constantly. Think about the digital world, that endless stream of entertainment, information, connection.
Yeah.
Always there, instantly available.
Those little dopamine hits. The endless scroll, the next notification, the next video.
The scroll, swipe, consume, repeat cycle. It's designed to be frictionless. The moment you feel a hint of boredom or anxiety or unease,
There's an immediate digital escape hatch, a personalized distraction waiting.
it functions just like soma. It smooths over the rough edges of reality. It fills the uncomfortable silences where maybe critical thought might happen.
Huxley was almost prophetic about the attention economy, wasn't he?
Absolutely. Platforms are built to capture and hold your attention, often by providing that easy, immediate gratification. It minimizes the cognitive effort, the friction that might lead you to step back and reflect.
So his warning really holds up. If an economy or a digital ecosystem can keep us constantly entertained, constantly distracted.
It doesn't need to worry about overt oppression. Our own desire for comfort and distraction does the work. Our attention becomes the commodity being controlled.
And that's maybe even more effective, more insidious than the kind of Big Brother control in, say, 1984.
Because we're willing participants, we opt into the system that distracts us. We like the soma.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway? Ireland in 1932 banned this book, not just because it had sex and ignored God,
Although that was the official line, yeah.
but because, maybe subconsciously, they sensed the deeper truth it revealed. That control through pleasure, through manufactured contentment, is maybe the most effective tyranny of all.
It showed a future where people willingly trade meaning and freedom for comfort. A future that felt dangerously plausible.
And that makes books like this, well, dangerous in a way. They're alarms.
They absolutely are. They challenge how we see the world, how we live. The book was banned, yes, but the alarm it sounded wasn't silenced. It forces us to think about the price of our own comfort.
Which leaves us and you With a final thought to maybe chew on.
If Huxley was right, if real thought, critical reflection, requires a bit of discomfort, a bit of quiet, a bit of not being constantly stimulated.
And if our modern world is constantly offering us effortless, instant ways to avoid any friction, any discomfort.
Are we even capable of hearing Huxley's alarm anymore? Or are we too busy enjoying the distractions, perfecting our own personal somas, to even notice the warning?